Good evening. Our top story this week. A Florida CPS agent denies fucking up and even passes a lie detector test in a case where she is being used as a scapegoat after being fired and accused of falsifying documents when an 11-month-old baby died from being left in a hot car. The U.S. Senate is considering passing a dangerous United Nations treaty that would severely limit the rights of parents of children with disabilities. In Arizona, Pima County has experienced a 33% increase in the number of stolen children over the last year without the means to adequately take care of them all. In Georgia, a group of System Sucks is using a $165,000 grant to reestablish their child abuse hotline, which shut down in 2011 because of financial reasons. And the Federal Bureau of Investigation ran a child porn website in an effort to nab pedophiles. In South Dakota, the head of the child protective industry asks a judge to throw out a lawsuit by two tribes claiming that they routinely violate federal law governing foster care and adoptions for Native American children. In California, the Los Angeles County supervisors will try to cut a foster care contractor again after an audit into the network of group homes shows fraud and corruption, as the owners have been using county money designated for the care of foster kids for their own personal gain, such as buying real estate and giving family members massive salary increases. Minnesota's 6th District U.S. Representative and former foster parent Michelle Bachmann has decided not to run for re-election next year. In New York, Erie County's child protective industry is being slammed after their CPS agents failed to meet certain standards in a case where a boy was beaten to death by his stepfather. Texas can't seem to hire enough CPS agents to meet their child snatching quotas, nor can they keep the ones they already got. And Texas Governor Rick Perry signs legislation that would limit the amount of psych meds given to the foster kids. Colorado picks an ex-child abuse detective and investigator to be their new ombudsman, who still wouldn't be independent, although he should be independent if he is to adequately do his job. And in Oklahoma, CPS agents are complaining about being overworked and underpaid. In China, the government is suddenly cracking down on child abuse after a baby is found in a sewer pipe. In Ireland, a real mother has been granted the right to sue after she says her baby was put up for adoption back in the 1970s without her permission. Kenya doesn't care if the children they adopt out has any knowledge of their real family or not. Russia is threatening to ban foreign adoptions to France because of the recent legalization of gay marriage. And in Scotland, a foster parent is convicted of 7 offenses of abuse and assault on children. In Australia, the Northern Territory's child welfare system is inadequate to care for the sheer number of kids that they've been snatching. In Canada, Ottawa's child welfare system's history of ignoring reports critical of residential schools and the child welfare of Aboriginal kids is coming to light. And Manitoba wins Canada's highest number of foster kids award. In England, foster kids are being ignored by authorities. A sadistic foster mother was convicted of abusing the kids in her care. A British father has been jailed at a secret court hearing for sending a birthday message to his 21-year-old son. And the Netherlands is taking after jolly old England, as their social workers are now ripping apart families for no good reason too. In entertainment news this week, Charlie Sheen's ex gets her mother to move in and once again tries to secure custody of her kids from Charlie Sheen's other ex because she's desperate not to lose the $55,000 a month in child support she's been getting. In California, a Fort Bragg foster father is going to trial in July for the beating death of a 5-month-old girl. In New Mexico, a jury convicts a man of sexually abusing a foster child. In Pennsylvania, a welfare worker is accused of securing benefits for a woman in exchange for sexual favors. And in West Virginia, a foster father is facing sexual abuse charges. In California, a U.S. Marine who served 4 tours of duty in the Middle East has filed a federal lawsuit for the right to see his son. In Washington, D.C., the child protective industry settles a $2.6 million lawsuit to be paid to the estate of 4 children who they failed, who were found after being dead for 7 months back in January of 2008. In Maine, a firefighter and 2 other public safety workers are being sued for falsely treating a woman for a drug overdose which did not take place, then ratting her out to the child abuse hotline and subjecting her to an invasive and humiliating investigation by the child protective industry. And in Texas, the ex-wife of a judge who won custody of the kids is claiming that he is planning to kill her and flee the country. In Michigan, CPS agents find nothing wrong with a judge who let his kid ride in a car with his drunk girlfriend. And charges are reinstated for a Michigan mother who shot at and held off police who were trying to help CPS agents snatch her daughter because of her refusal to drug her with unneeded psychiatric drugs. In Virginia, a white man with a black wife goes to Walmart and is accused of kidnapping his own kids because they're biracial. And finally, tonight in Pennsylvania, a CPS agent is attacked by a dog. For these stories and all the latest dirt on the child protective industry, visit www.chpr.org. www.legallykidnapped.com. And until next week, this is Baby LK, over and out.